Hey guys, I got some bad news. I have to cancel the Indiegogo campaign, but everybody's getting their money back. So before I explain anything, I just want to say that really slowly. Everybody is getting refunded. Nobody is getting charged a penny. If the money isn't already refunded to you, it will be by the end of the day or based on whatever Indiegogo's bank accounts are, but nobody's getting charged. The short version is just because a lot of crazy things happened in the past month after I launched the campaign that aren't going to allow me the time to do any of the things that I promised. So when I first started the Indiegogo, and for the past 6 years of my life, I had a job that I was actually able to work from home and do two things at once, which is what would have allowed me to do the things like administer the site, sit on the forums to make sure everybody's playing nice and that everything's falling into place. And that job was was scheduled for months, and it just ended early. So it was a bit of a shock, but whatever. And on top of that, as most of you probably know, I ruptured a disc in my back and can't sit down. So it's been a rough month, and I feel like pissing everybody off by canceling the Indiegogo is infinitely better than taking people's money and not being able to deliver what I promised. Because, I mean, love me, hate me, anything in between, I try to be as transparent as possible, and I really try to be honest about all these things. And there's no way I could sleep at night knowing that I took everybody's money and didn't give what I had promised. Also, the funding kind of was disappointing. I had so much negative feedback about that, which I still don't really grasp all the negative feedback. For all the haters out there, I don't know what to tell you. You won, I guess. You won. But for all the people that said, hey, wikis are free and you could use free web hosting, that kind of, I don't even need to respond to that. So anybody that's ever done anything before can understand why that doesn't even require a response. But so yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know if the site's going to be released, if I'm still moving content over, because if I move content over, it's going to be done a special way, or else it's going to just be terrible. So I don't really know what's going on. As for the short term, I am not accepting any donations for any of this. If I were to do that, I would have just finished the Indiegogo. But I am listing a ton of crap for sale. So on eBay right now, and on the sale page of my website, which I've opened back up, there's just a ton of stuff. So, and I gotta just sell as much as I can to try to pay off what I already spent on the campaign and the website. I know a lot of people got raging pissed when I mentioned that I'd already spent money on it. I also don't understand that either, but yeah, so if anybody's interested, I'm not overcharging, but there's no super discounts because I got to just try to get as much back as I can. So right now I'm having a ton of stuff listed on eBay and a ton of music equipment from the other band thing. So if anybody knows any place I can get rid of that stuff, that would be great too, because there are a lot of specialty items. Those are those things that you leave on eBay for a year, and when somebody eventually gets it, they're do a backflip thrilled. But it's got to, it has to find the right home. Next, in a week or so, I'm going to start taking all the stuff, the unfinished projects, finishing them, doing a video about them, and then putting those up for sale as well, kind of one by one. Some examples are like the MVS stand-up arcade with the Darksoft and Neo SD cart. I got to do a review. There's actually two people that already called dibs on that, one in Brooklyn and one in Jersey, so no offense, they get first dibs, but if they change their mind, whatever else, stuff like that. I got a Nitro DS emulator, SMS2, a bunch of really cool stuff, but that's after the modding's done. And then the very final thing is if I'm still underwater by the end of the year, I'll start selling off RGB monitors. But to be honest, at this point, I think I don't know. I'd rather move out of my apartment than lose some of those, which is a really dumb thing to say, but it's going to take a lot to pry that D32 away from me, or the XM29 or any of those. So, but yeah, I hope I haven't disappointed everybody too much, and I hope to bounce back from this quickly. I always bounce back, just sometimes it takes a little longer than others. To everybody that actually supported, I can't thank all of you guys enough. And as for the other side of things, unless something crazy happens, I still should be doing the weekly podcast and other videos as time allows. But, you know, depending on the job I get, maybe it's only going to be an extra video or two a month as opposed to like one a week that I've been punching out. So we'll see. But yeah, if you want to support any further, check out my Patreon and my eBay page. Thank you to everybody that did support me. To all the haters, fuck right off. And I'll see you guys next time, hopefully when I could sit down in the chair and at the office and go back to what I was doing before.